we're gonna start our class today seated. So grabbing a little extra cushioning, maybe a bolster or some pillows. You could also grab a chair and just sit in a chair to start out if you prefer that to sitting on the floor. It can feel nice to cross your legs or keep them a little more uncrossed. You could also find a different way to sit, maybe bending your knees or keeping your legs straight. You could also sit with your back up against a wall, so don't feel the need to look like how I'm sitting today. Take as much time as you'd like getting into a comfortable position. I'm gonna add a little extra cushioning underneath my ankles here with a blanket. Ah, that's nice. Okay, so paying attention to the base of your spine, your seat, and then lengthening upwards through the crown of your head. Maybe closing your eyes here. Just seeing if there's any more adjusting that might be needed. Sometimes when we close our eyes, other things come into focus, so to speak. So the rest of your body doesn't necessarily have to be symmetrical. Let's just focus on keeping the spine nice and tall. Maybe you kind of shake it out a little bit here as you're settling in. Finding that spot. Then again, closing your eyes if you want to, or maybe just letting your gaze kind of drop toward the floor. And start to take a little check-in moment. How has your day been so far? How much movement, place to place, or in your body? How much movement has been part of your day so far? Just briefly scanning through the day. Are there any emotions that you can name that were present or maybe are present right now? And physically, how is your body feeling in this moment? Any areas of your body that feel anything in particular? Start to deepen the breath. If it helps you, maybe you could bring your hands to your belly, kind of between the rib cage and the navel point, somewhere around in there. And with your inhales, letting that area kind of press into your hands, relaxing and expanding. Diaphragmatic breath. With your exhales, just letting that flow out. If you would like to set a dedication or intention for your practice, feel free to bring something to mind. Relaxing your jaw, relaxing your shoulders. Start to slowly let your chin come down toward the center of your chest. In no hurry here, going inch by inch. Trying to keep a sense of length upward through the spine so we're not rounding all the way forward, just the neck, just the chin toward the chest. Finding a natural stopping point. And then imagining that the muscles on the back of your neck and your upper shoulders are stretching and relaxing. Bringing your right ear toward your right shoulder or in that direction. Take a few moments on this side, maybe swirling your left hand or your left arm around. Maybe turning your head down toward the right shoulder and then up toward the sky a couple times. Just follow your own curiosity here with sensation. Eventually letting your chin come back down toward the center of your chest. Taking a moment or two as your left ear comes toward your left shoulder. And again, spending some time here exploring, maybe swirling your right hand or your right arm around. Maybe turning your nose down toward the right or the left shoulder and up toward the ceiling. And if you want to rock back and forth a couple of times, go right ahead. We'll be feeling things out here in the neck for the next maybe 2 or 3 breaths. And eventually bringing your head back up to neutral. Your choice now if you put your hands over your eyes or if you want to just keep your hands down on your lap or somewhere else. We're going to be moving our eyes either behind our closed eyelids, or if you want to cup your hands around your eyes, you could open your eyes behind your hands. Either way will do. So keeping your head and the rest of your body still, turning just the eyeballs side to side. We're going to look to the left and look to the right and look to the left and look to the right. So just side to side a couple times. You choose your pace. You could do this with eyes closed, or you could do a couple with your eyes open if you want to, but closed will do the trick either way. And then back to center. Keeping everything still, we're going to look down and then look up and look down and look up. Go ahead and do that a few times. Down and up. And back to the center. Now we're going to do diagonals. So let's look up to the right and down to the left. Up to the right, down to the left. You got it. Up and down a couple times diagonally. And then blinking back to the center. And then we'll upper left, lower right. Upper left, lower right. Go ahead and do that a few more times. And then back to center. Go ahead and close your eyes if they were open. Let your eyes relax. We'll blink the eyes open. Let's inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, looking up toward your hands as they join. And exhale, lower your hands down to heart center. Tuck your chin at the bottom, touching your thumbs to the center of your chest. Inhale, lifting hands high, looking up. And exhale, twist toward the right. So bringing your left hand to your right knee, finding a place for your right hand to support you, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale here. And exhale, twist right. Inhale, come back to the center, lifting both arms high. And exhale, twist to the left. This time the right hand grabs the left knee and the left hand supports you on the floor. Couple breaths here, inhaling to sit up tall and exhaling to twist. Inhale back to center and exhale, lowering hands down to heart center. All right, let's move along now. So let's straighten the legs out. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. We can circle the ankles a little bit here, pointing and flexing the ankles and toes. Do the same with the wrists and arms. And then we'll meet up on hands and knees for cat and cow. Good old cat and cow. Bringing the hands more or less beneath the shoulders, the knees below the hips. Inhale, cow pose, belly lowers, gaze and tailbone start to lift. And exhale, round up through the spine, tucking your chin, tucking your tailbone, kind of pulling your navel in, helping your exhale complete. Inhale, cow pose, gaze lifting. And exhale, cat. Okay, let's meet up in extended child's pose, bringing the knees out wide, big toes touching behind you. You can slowly sink your way down to the forearms here, or walk your hands out toward the top of your mat before letting your head and heart melt toward the floor. Make sure there's plenty of space for some diaphragmatic breath here. Let your knees be wide enough that you're letting your belly widen and expand and soften with each inhale. You can stay right here or join palms and then bend your elbows so your joined hands here end up kind of behind your head, maybe your thumbs touching at the small of your neck. You're welcome to stay right here, but if you want extra sensation and you have your blocks close, you could bring your blocks underneath your elbows and then find that prayer hands behind the neck position. Just make sure you're feeling good and you're not punishing yourself in any way. Let's take 3 more diaphragmatic breaths here. Inhaling, belly expands. Exhale, soften. 2 more like that. If your elbows were bent, go ahead and start to straighten out your arms. We'll rise up to tabletop. Let's find our first downward facing dog here, grabbing blocks, curling your toes under. Start to straighten out your legs. Find your breath here. Make sure your breath is flowing. Maybe pedal out legs, bending and straightening opposite knees. Active hands, active arms, reaching through the shoulders. Your biceps are kind of ending up closer to your ears. All right. We're going to end up at the back of the mat. So when you're ready, bending your knees and then walking your hands to the back. Let's end up in ragdoll forward fold. We can keep our knees a little bit bent here. Upper body nice and loose. Letting gravity help you find some space, create some space or traction through your spine and your neck. Maybe nodding your head yes or shaking your head no. Maybe there's a way to add on to this that is unique to you. And we'll slowly start to rise using your hands, walking your hands up your legs for support. When you get to the top, let's find some kind of expansive position. So maybe your arms go wide and you puff up your chest and you just take up lots of space. You can turn that into a little bit of a shake, maybe letting your arms kind of just kind of throw your arms a little bit in any which way. Maybe find a little bit of a bounce or a hop. Supposedly, as you age, if you don't continue to skip or hop or run, your fascia kind of no longer accommodates that kind of bouncy, springy movement. So we can just kind of see how that's going. Maybe we can incorporate a little springiness into our lives, just a little bit each day. Shaking it out, feeling alive. Okay, we're at the back of the mat here. We're gonna do a little bit of a balancing to get to the top of our mat. So take a look at your feet, make sure they're a comfortable distance apart so you're feeling stable. And then we'll shift to stand on the right foot. Your arms could come out to the side or up at heart center, or maybe holding on to a wall for support. Let's start to lift the left knee, finding one-legged mountain pose. Your left toes could stay connected to the floor. Or maybe you bring your left knee up a little higher. All right, take a nice breath in. Exhale, straighten your left leg. See if you can keep it lifted. Inhale. And exhale, set your left heel down. Take a baby step forward. Pressing weight into the left foot. One-legged mountain pose with the right knee lifting this time. Toes down or toes up. Take a breath in to prepare. Exhale, straighten your right leg a little bit. See if you can keep it lifted. One last breath in. And exhale, set your right heel down, baby step forward. We'll do one more on both feet. So this time the left knee starts to rise. Take your time syncing this up with breath or just managing however you want to. Inhale if you want to prepare. Exhale, straighten that left leg. One more breath in. Exhale, step your left heel down. Last step forward here. Right knee starts to lift. Take your time. Breathing in to prepare. Exhale, straighten that left or that right leg a little bit. One more breath in. And exhale, step your right foot down. If you want a little shake out, go right ahead. All right, now we're gonna start a little flow. We've got lots of balancing built in today, so keep your support handy if you would like that. Okay, we're up at the top of the mat here. Inhale, reach both arms high. Exhale, grab hold of your left wrist and side bend to the right. Spreading out the left fingers, wiggling your left fingers if you want to. Inhale, come up to center, switch your grip, grabbing hold of the right wrist. And exhale, side bend left, wiggling the right fingers. Inhale, back up to center. Let's do that again. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, lift. And exhale, side bend left. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, standing arrow pose. So we're going to start to bend the knees, sweep the arms back. So we're reaching the head forward. It's almost like a chair pose, but our arms are reaching back. Pretend you're holding a nice big beach ball behind your low back. So your palms are facing each other. Big breath in and out. Inhale, rise all the way up. See if you can bring your right knee up with you to one-legged mountain pose or your variation. Exhale, airplane pose, and then we're gonna step back. So take your time, leaning forward, pushing your right foot back behind you. You can hover here as long as you'd like. Eventually, with as much care as you can, let's set the right foot down, maybe even imperceptibly, or like without sound. Let's square the hips towards the front of your mat. And with an inhale, reaching arms high, bending into the left knee. Exhale, arrow pose this time. Legs stay the same, but our arms reach back as the head reaches forward. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, warrior two, spinning your right heel down to the back of the mat, reaching both arms wide. 3 breaths here. One more breath in. And breath out. Let's straighten both legs. Let's find triangle next. So we'll reach the left arm forward, trying to stay kind of level here. And then we'll find that pyramid shape. So your hand could come down to your shin or your thigh. I like to bring my block underneath my hand. You could also like lean back onto a wall if that feels nice. And let's find a couple more breaths. Trikonasana, triangle pose. And then lowering your right hand down, bringing your hands onto either side of your left foot. Pivot on your right toes and then step your left foot back to meet your right, downward facing dog. Big breath in and out. One more breath in and out. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, lower your knees, child's pose, sinking your seat toward your heels. Big breaths here. All right, inhale, come on up to tabletop. Exhale, downward dog. Let's take a clearing breath in through the nose. Nice big sigh, let it go. Inhale, bend your knees, look to the top, but then exhale and walk your hands to the back of your mat. Forward fold at the back. Inhale, halfway lift, bringing hands up to thighs. Exhale, fold, bending your knees a little deeper. Press your feet into the floor as you rise all the way up, breathing in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a few moments to come back into balance. Tend to anything your body needs or your mind. Refocus. Let's take a clearing breath in through the nose. And sigh it out. Let's shift over to the left foot here. We'll do that same balancing sequence. So feel free to grab hold of something or bring your hands where you want. Let's start to find one-legged mountain pose with the right knee lifting. If this feels like a big challenge, you could hold on to your thigh, even if it doesn't feel like a big challenge. This could be another option to switch things up. Let's take a breath in as we prepare. Exhale, straightening that right leg. One more breath in. And then exhale, set your right heel down and step into the right foot. That was almost harder to hold up. Start to lift that left knee up. You choose your variation. I'm telling you, holding on might be more challenging. Maybe it's just me. When you're ready, inhaling to prepare. Exhale, straighten that left leg. Big breath in. And exhale, lower your left heel, step into the left foot. One more time on both sides. The right knee starts lifting. This time, getting settled. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, straighten. Whew. One more breath in. And exhale, setting the right foot down. Last step forward. Left knee lifts. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Last breath in. And exhale. We'll step on down. Shake it out a little bit if you want to. Lots of strong, flexible legs here today. Working on our balance. All right. Inhale, reaching high. Exhale, side bend to the right. This time, let's let the right arm lower as we reach the left arm across. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, side bend left, letting the left arm lower and the right arm reach. One more time on both sides. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Inhale once more, back on up. Exhale, standing chair or standing arrow pose or chair arrow pose. Sitting back and then reaching the arms back as you hug the shoulder blades together. Reach your head forward. The best of your ability. Let's inhale, stand on up. Take your left knee up with you. Is that the side we've already done? No, this is right. Left knee up with you. Take your time here. Find your own pace of breath. We're transitioning back to airplane pose. Eventually, as carefully as you can, setting your left foot down on the mat. Inhale, sweeping the arms up and overhead, bending into that left knee. Big breath in. Exhale, arrow pose. We're leaning forward, reaching the arms back, hugging your shoulder blades together. Big breath in and out. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Left heel spins down to greet the floor. Pick up all your toes, spread them out, and then grip back down into the mat. 3 breaths. Last breath in. Last breath out. Inhale, straighten both legs here. Let's find our Trikonasana, triangle pose. Shifting forward, reaching the right hand forward first, and then tilting down, resting your hand on your shin or your thigh or a block. I'm telling you, it's really nice to lean your back into a wall here or add even more support. I like to stack my blocks, so I have like one on the lowest setting underneath and then one on the highest setting up above. If you're feeling any like crick in your low back, that might be a sign that you're too low. So you want to come up nice and tall. One more big breath in. And exhale, lowering your hands down on either side of your right foot. Pivot on your left toes. And then step your right foot back to downward dog. One breath in and out. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, lower your knees and lower your chest. Press the tops of your feet into the floor so much that your knees get a little bit lighter. Inhale, baby cobra, using the strength of your core and spine, lifting your head and chest. Exhale, lower with control. Inhale, rise up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. One last time. Inhale, rise up, baby cobra. And exhale, child's pose, pressing up to your tabletop and back to your favorite variation. Maybe your knees out wide, or your knees could come together. Maybe even wrapping your hands around down by your ankles. Two more breaths. One more breath. With an inhale, rising up to tabletop. And then go ahead and sit on down. Bring the legs out in front of us here. And your choice, we're going to end up on the floor next. If you want just a little bit more of like a core awareness activation, we can do a little more balancing here with cosmic egg pose. So bending your knees, standing your feet on the floor, puffing your chest up, trying to keep a nice tall spine here. Lean back slightly, start to pick up one foot and then the other, finding that balancing point. Trying to keep rounding out of the low back. You can let go if you want for more challenge, or keep holding on to work on your posture. We're going to eventually end up on our backs. So you can do this slowly, you can do this quickly. You can find your own way here. When you eventually get to the floor, let yourself fully embrace the floor. After all that effort, just enjoy a moment to land. If you'd like to enter your final rest era early, feel free to just stay right here. If you want a little more stretch to even things out here, let's bend our knees and hug our knees in toward the chest. Roll a little bit of massaging pressure around the low back, circling your knees a little bit, rolling side to side. However you find that massaging pressure there. As long as it feels good, you're doing it right. And setting the feet down on the floor. Let's get a twist in here. So let's bring the arms out wide. Let's start to lift the right leg up. Right away, we'll bend the right leg, figure four, crossing that right ankle on top of your left thigh. And then start to let your figure four knees here twist from side to side. You could focus on that massaging pressure around kind of the back rim of the pelvis. You could tune into the stretching sensations on either side of the spine. Or just kind of notice what else stands out to you as you enjoy a little twist side to side. If you want to get fancy with it, you could turn your head in the opposite direction of your knees. When your knees are twisting right, you could be twisting your head to the left, and vice versa. When you're ready to switch sides, come on back to the center. We can lift that right leg once more, give it a little kick or a wiggle, and then switch sides, planting the right foot down, reaching the left leg high for a moment or two, and then finding figure 4, bending your left knee and placing your left ankle on top of your right thigh. You could spend a few moments settling into figure 4, and whenever you're ready, start that twisting. Rocking your legs one way as you gaze in the opposite direction if you want to. Seeing what you notice on this side. Seeing which parts of this movement you might enjoy. Is there any way you feel like adding on or subtracting to what you're currently feeling? And when you feel about equal there on this side, we'll come back to the center, lift that left leg back up for a second or two, circling or wiggling or kicking out your leg a little bit. And then lowering it on down. Let's reach for a long body stretch here, getting as tall as we can, reaching fingers and toes in opposite directions. Maybe spreading the fingertips way out, spreading the toes way out. If there are any last movements or poses that you'd like before your final rest, feel free to move through those now. Otherwise, as soon as you're ready, let's set up for a nice comfy final rest. Maybe you're already there in something like Shavasana with your arms and legs extended. You could get extra cozy, bringing a blanket or pillow underneath your head. Just enjoy these last few minutes here.
Release all things that no longer work for me. I release all things that no longer serve me. I release all things that no longer work for me. I release all things that no longer serve me. I release all things that no longer work for me. I release all things that no longer serve me. I release all things that no longer work for me. I release all things that no longer serve me. I release all things that no longer work for me. I release all things that no longer serve me. I release all things that no longer work for me. I release all things that no longer serve me. I release all things that no longer work for me. I release all things that no longer serve me. I release all things that no longer work for me. I release all things that no longer serve me. I release all things that no longer work for me. I release all things that no longer serve me. I release all things that no longer work for me. I release all things that no longer serve me. I release all things that no longer work for me. I release all things that no longer serve me. I release all things that no longer work for me. I release all things that no longer serve me.
Starting to bring a little bit of movement back in, wiggling fingers and toes. Continuing to reawaken your physical body with intuitive movement, maybe a long body stretch or a yawn. Swallow. Eventually turning onto either side, fetal position with your knees slightly tucked in. Trying again to be in no hurry, savoring the reawakening process, using the help of your arms and hands, coming to a comfortable seat. Bring hands together at heart center. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may our own thoughts, words, and actions somehow contribute to the happiness and freedom for all. Together, bringing thumbs up to third eye center, let's seal our class in together with a little bow forward of gratitude. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. See you next time.